I have to include this section in this video because this is crazy. Now, I know at the moment you're probably seeing this after the fact that Super Gogeta has been announced, the revival Super Gogeta, but I recorded this whole video prior to the fact. So I find it super wild that they dropped a direct counter. And you can say it's not necessarily a counter because they work on the same team, but it's a counter because he's type advantage against Ultra Super Janemba. Now, you'll see in this video, I'm not completely just bashing Ultra Super Janemba. I'm actually giving him a lot of praise, but I really wanted to talk about the changes in the meta in this video. But it's just crazy how they're really doing Ultra Super Janemba the same way they did LL Cooler last year. I did not expect this to happen. I thought it might happen during the first part of the festival, but they really just pulled out the stops way earlier. It's actually quite mad. These devs are serious cookers, man. I have to respect them for it because Super Gogeta is a unit I wanted. I didn't necessarily want to summon right now because the festival is soon and you guys know I'm saving for Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but at least for me, I know where my Chrono Crystals are going. We haven't got Gogeta's kit yet at the time I'm making this video, but I'm sure he'll be somewhat good, just without a doubt. It's a Super Gogeta and they have to make the pre-festival unit. They don't have to. Pretty good to be a good enough bait so that people would just summon without a doubt. People would summon regardless because it's Super Gogeta, but if he's actually good in the game, that is a guaranteed summon. But yeah, just bear in mind that I made this video prior to the fact of Super Gogeta releasing, so if I don't mention any of the factors of Pikkon revival unit into Super Gogeta changing the meta as well, that's why. But one thing I can say, Legends is turning up. It's actually looking like quite a bit of fun and I'm enjoying the game right now. Good stuff, man. Is Ultra Super Janemba a fraud? The real answer is no, he's not a fraud. But the fact that I'm making this video in the first place has probably already got somebody irritated, so I've succeeded in my mission. I'm happy. But even with that being said, I am quite disappointed with the effect he's had on the game. I thought he would have been a lot more impactful, and I feel a lot of people would feel the same way as well. Now, something I want to get out here straight away, there's probably somebody already typing saying,
"You don't have Ultra Super Janemba, that's why you're making this video. You're an Ultra Super Janemba hater. You hate non-Saiyans."
There's probably somebody typing away, bashing their keyboard buttons, not even on their keyboard, crusty eyes first thing in the morning, they're on their phone. And I want to tell you that I'm not, but I don't care either. Oh man, this is gonna be a fun video. But yeah, let me actually just get out there in all seriousness. Just because I don't summon for a unit doesn't mean I don't like them. I even made a tweet about this. For some reason, people have the notion that if you don't summon for someone, you immediately don't like them, but there could be so many factors as to why I don't summon. I might not want to spend money on the unit, simple as that, so I wouldn't go for them because I'd only have them low stars. The animations might be lackluster. They might not work on any of the teams that I use. I might just be saving for something else. You know, it's not like the festival is around the corner. It's not like that's the case, you know. We're literally in a random month. It's like the 15th month of the year, right? But yeah, just making the point that just because I don't summon on the unit doesn't mean I don't like them. I actually like Ultra Super Janemba a lot. He's actually a very annoying unit to fight, especially if you're not used to his strike counter. He's got me so many times. He actually irritates me in few moments, but I really do like his kit. I think his kit is actually quite good, even though there's a quick workaround, but the workaround is in you sacrificing a bit of your health, shown by the method I shown in the previous video. You should check it out. It's on the screen right now. It's actually a pretty good video if you're struggling to fight Ultra Super Janemba. But back on topic, Ultra Super Janemba, is he a fraud? I already answered the question. The answer is no, but what I do want to talk about is his impact on the game. His impact on the game, people really thought prior to releasing, we saw his kit and we saw that he has a strike counter. Immediately people got flashbacks of Ultra Gogeta Blue and thinking that it's going to be a lot worse because a lot of the teams in the game, they use strike arts. Also, strikes are just very, very important in every PvP encounter. Getting up close and personal, a lot of people will be pressing strike art, and having Ultra Super Janemba there so that he can just stop you in your tracks, hit you with the ultimate, he gets his vanish back, is actually very inconvenient to fight against. With that being said, there was a person who was near the top, and I'm not going to say at the top because we know Gold Frieza, the developer's little pet, the only unit to get a buff out of nowhere, not a regular buff like equipments. They literally got a canon event buff. It was just in their storyline for that to happen. That unit is number one, of course, but we're talking about the number two at the time, not anymore. Ultra Vegito Blue. Ultra Vegito Blue, at the moment, I can outright say the most popular unit in the game. He's also rerunning at the time I'm making this video, so if you haven't pulled him, maybe try. I don't know. I'm not forcing you to. I'm not telling you to. I'm just putting it out there. But my evidence to say that he's the most popular unit in the game right now is by who's being used most in this top 20 that they put out in the news. It's wild to see all these blues in the game, and literally in every video that I do, I have to mention all these blues. Zamasu, Sword of Hope Trunks, 17, Super Saiyan Saiyan Goku, Gold Frieza. I think I've missed one, but you see the point. All of these blues thriving in PvP, and then we just have Red Ultra Vegito Blue being the most used unit in the game. You'd think that if there's so many blues easily available to counter Ultra Vegito Blue, that would be the case and people wouldn't be using Ultra Vegito Blue, but he's still being used. And I want to list a couple factors for that. In my opinion anyways, I feel like these are very, very important factors that you should point out as to why he's being used. So the first one is the simple fact that he's Vegito Blue. I always say the Fusion Warriors are going to be the most hyped things, as much as that minority that has a very loud voice likes to say Fusion Warriors are getting boring and people don't like them anymore. They are still the most hyped thing. They bring people to the game, even people that haven't played in months. They bring new players to the game. So always when a Fusion Warrior drops, people are going to love them. That's easily just the first reason. Number two, it's the anniversary unit, and not just any anniversary unit. It's the third part, the only ultra in the whole anniversary. People saved up their chrono crystals and spent all their chrono crystals on that unit, and that unit on release was easily top 1 in the game. So of course, seeing a unit that's brought them good results, they're gonna stay with that unit even if times are changing right before them, and if it's happening in big numbers, it's not really gonna have a big effect on PvP. The third reason I want to mention is that people might just not have team options to just switch them out for somebody else. Having other units is good, and having newer units could help you in other ways, but if you don't have the team to really make them flourish, people won't just opt in for them. Ultra Super Janemba, he's a very, very good unit, and I'm saying he's a top 2 unit for real. But if people don't want to run movies, if people don't want to run regen, people won't summon for that unit, on top of the fact that we can obviously say Ultra Super Janemba is not a fan favorite. He is going to be used a lot because he's a new unit and he's a good unit at that, a very good unit. I think it's quite obvious to say that the average Dragon Ball fan will not name Janemba if you ask them to name 5 Dragon Ball characters. They just won't in their top 5. Even favoritism, even just the first that come to mind. So add the teams thing as a factor as well. But this last reason is probably the best reason of all of them, but mixed in with the other reasons, you're gonna see a lot of Ultra Vegito Blues, which is why he's the most popular and most used unit in the game right now. It's the simple fact that he's that good.
Every moment I get to glaze Vegito Blue, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Is the truth. Ultra Vegito Blue is just that good. That shouldn't be a shock to anybody. People know that his green card counter is very annoying. He gets a vanish gauge recovery to 100% every time he murders somebody. He has extremely long combos and his gauge fills faster than any other unit we've seen in the game, maybe as fast as like Beast Gohan or USG or something. And just to counter anybody that says,
well, he's not just good, people are just using him because he's Vegito, he's getting color counter, but he's not actually that common.
I want to take you on a trip to the past where we talk about the 4th anniversary Ultra, which was actually the Super Saiyan version of Vegito. So Ultra Super Vegito, right? I'm sure you guys remember he dropped for the 4th anniversary for the final part. Couple months later or a couple weeks later, a character released that hard countered him, color countered him, and took him out the game. And it wasn't even a matter of days before Ultra Super Vegito was no longer seen in PvP, and he dropped in rankings so heavily. And it could easily be argued that Super Vegito is way more popular than Vegito Blue. If you don't know who I'm talking about LL Final Form Cooler. Cooler came in red, stomping the base, making Ultra Super Vegito unable to thrive in PvP. Even though he's the anniversary unit, even though he was a popular unit, if not the most popular at the time, I'm pretty sure he was top 1, top 2 most used units as well. Cooler made him obsolete. What I'm trying to say is, if Ultra Super Vegito was better, he would have been used regardless of Cooler being available in PvP. The same way Ultra Vegito is being used right now, Ultra Vegito Blue, even though there's like 7 blues easily ready to color counter him, and most teams have Zenkai buffs as well, so they're just ready to stomp him. Let's be so for real. But even throughout all of that, Vegito Blue still being used. Now back to Ultra Super Janemba. Let's not discredit Ultra Super Janemba at all. Ultra Super Janemba is the 2nd most used unit in the game. That is not a low feat at all. That is a big feat. Of course he is a new unit, so that's to be expected, but on top of that, he's also an exceptional unit. It's not just the fact that he's being used a lot because he's new, because not a lot of new units can hit top 1 that easily. It's actually the fact that he's good. But why I wanted to title this is Ultra Super Janemba a fraud? Simply off the basis that Vegito Blue hasn't gone anywhere. I entertained the fact that Vegito Blue would disappear. I thought he was going to be food. I'm not going to lie, I put my hands up. And that's also not to say that the average Super Janemba won't destroy Vegito Blue. The average Super Janemba will take him out. I'm not even going to lie to you. But it's really just to say it's not as bad as we thought it might might be. Maybe color counters aren't that scary. I don't know. But yeah, man, I'm gonna leave the video like that. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Let me know you guys' thoughts on the war between Blues and Ultra Vegito Blue, or even just Ultra Super Janemba on his own. He is not a unit to be slept on at all. And like I said at the start of the video, is he a fraud? The answer is no. Appreciate you guys for watching the video. Press the subscribe button, man. We hit 70,000 subscribers. I appreciate all you guys' love and support. So definitely tune in because we're gonna be heading to that 100K soon. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.